G'day YouTube, D29 back with you again, and welcome to a kind of different video for you guys this week. As you know, or if you didn't know, I'm telling you now, I'm a huge WWE fan. Like, I love the WWE, and so what I kind of wanted to do was talk about Survivor Series. So, I might recap each Raw and SmackDown maybe, and look at like certain things that happen, like the big developments. But in general, I just kind of want to talk about how I feel about certain things. So like leading up to Survivor Series, I want to kind of break down every match, the implications, and who I genuinely think is going to win. And if you guys like this, awesome. If you don't, too bad. You're watching it anyway, so that's your own fault. Anyway, so let's just get down to the nitty-gritty and focus on the main thing people are going to talk about, which is probably the WWE World Heavyweight Championship Tournament, which I think is a load of BS because, frankly, I preferred it when we had a WWE Championship and a World Heavyweight Championship. I think it gave a lot more people a lot more opportunities for championship matches and gave you more matches on like a certain pay-per-views cards, and I just thought it was better in general. Unfortunately, they're not doing that, which is kind of, I don't know how I feel. I don't like it. I don't like it, to be honest. But anyway, I digress. So let's break down what we got so far. So it's been pretty predictable so far through the tournament. We knew Reigns and Ambrose were going to be there from the start. I think we all kind of knew that. Honestly, I really would have liked to have seen Kalisto beat Alberto Del Rio. I don't like... Okay, Del Rio does a great gimmick as a heel, as does Kevin Owens and others, but I really liked how they made Kalisto. It was like a curveball. Nobody expected Kalisto to beat Ryback, and it would have been really cool if then Kalisto could have knocked off Alberto Del Rio, because honestly, the really cool thing would have been then if, I don't know, I just feel like they could have set it up better that maybe Kalisto, I just really wish Kalisto had taken on Alberto Del Rio in the match before that, in the prelude, and Kalisto beat Del Rio. And then Kalisto was in the next match, and Del Rio interfered, and then Kalisto got a title shot against Del Rio. Because I think it's stupid that both Kevin Owens and Alberto Del Rio don't have championship matches. What would have been really good as well is if in Alberto Del Rio's match, Jack Swagger intervened and made Del Rio lose, and then Del Rio and Swagger could have had a US like title match, or Mex American, whatever it's called now. I just think it was like, I don't like Swagger against Del Rio, but honestly, it would have been a lot better than chucking two champions into a match to become another champion. I just think that's bad by WWE. They could have set up a really good Intercontinental Championship match for Kevin Owens, like Kevin Owens against Cesaro for the Intercontinental Championship. Who wouldn't watch that? Who? Like, tell me who wouldn't watch that? And who doesn't want to see Cesaro with some kind of championship? Like, if you are a WWE supporter, you want to see Cesaro with some silverware. He was great as a tag team champion with Tyson Kidd, and now he's kind of been like a jobber, but he's also been doing really well. But they keep chucking him in these stupid, like 3-on-3 and 4-on-4, and he's probably going to be in the Survivor Series match too, so it's like, you know, I like it. I don't think it'll be in the Survivor Series match actually, but I think that they're underusing Cesaro, and eventually getting Cesaro a title shot is the big thing, and it's probably not going to happen at Survivor Series, because as you guys know, Cesaro is up against Roman Reigns in the semi-final. And Roman Reigns is currently like the destined child of WWE, the new John Cena, and so Reigns is pretty much touted. Oh, sorry, Cesaro did already lose to Reigns, which was kind of expected, and now Reigns is going to go up against Del Rio, which he's obviously going to beat Del Rio. There's no point in putting Del Rio in the final. Absolutely 0 point. So it's a foregone conclusion that Del Rio is going to lose. That one's out of the way. Cool, so Reigns is in the final. We know that much. Reigns is in the final. Who's going to join him there? It's either Dean Ambrose or it's Kevin Owens. Now there's kind of a bit going for both here. Owens can win it because he is the heel, and it then puts Roman Reigns over more if he beats Dean Ambrose, because there's a certain portion who enjoy the anti-hero kind of style that Dean Ambrose has, which means that you know, fans won't be as like super jubilant if Reigns wins, because some of them will want Ambrose to win. But if it's Reigns against Owens, then I feel like it's going to be a lot more of a pop when Reigns wins, because people don't want to see Owens win, and Owens can like give like shit to the fans, he can talk, run his mouth and all that, and make the fans like boo him and all that stuff. So then when Reigns beats him, it's like this big raucous, like awesome, yeah, that's what it was meant to be like when it was the Royal Rumble when Reigns won it against Kane and Big Show. The problem with that was it was clearly obvious that Reigns was going to win. at that stage. It was clearly obvious. You had Kane, Big Show, and technically Rusev still in there. But the thing is, when it was just Rusev against Reigns and you thought Reigns had won, people actually kind of wanted to see Rusev win. It was the same situation when Batista won the Royal Rumble and Reigns eliminated like 12, 13 guys, and everybody wanted Reigns to win because he'd done so well and he deserved it. And Batista had just come back. He had like no training, preparation, a scene in kayfabe, and so it meant that it was just like really lackluster and just bad. And I think that's what's going to happen here, is that what would really shake it up is if you had Ambrose beat Reigns, because Reigns has been hyped. He's going to win it. It's going to be awesome. But you can just imagine that, okay, there's only two ways this can go down, and I'll be happy with it. One, Ambrose wins cleanly, hits Dirty Deeds, does whatever he has to do, pins Reigns, becomes the champion. He's already deserved to be the champion, so does Reigns, so they're both deserving if they win. And I can just imagine the pop from the crowd if Ambrose beats Reigns, because they've been hyping up Reigns, everybody's expecting Reigns to win. But then, it was kind of like when the Undertaker's streak got broken. Everybody would be like, what, wait, what? Reigns was meant to be the golden child. He's meant to win this match. So if Ambrose wins it, people are going to go crazy, and I'm going to be happy. Because this is about wrestling entertainment. I will be more entertained seeing Reigns lose cleanly than I will seeing him win cleanly. The second option that will make me happy is if Reigns wins dirty. And when I say dirty, I mean not via DQ of like Sheamus bro kicking the hell out of Ambrose, cashing in, winning. No. The way that Reigns wins this one, I think, has to be kind of to do with the Authority. It looks like Reigns is going to do something good, and the Authority comes out. Reigns tries to scare them off, but then spears Ambrose or something, pins him, then shakes hands with the Authority. Or the other way that I think is going to happen, and it's going to be so stupid as well, is that it might just become like interference from them, and then Reigns is cool with it, or Ambrose will pin Reigns while maybe he has his foot on the rope or his hand on the rope. Triple H comes out and says, you know, his hand was on the rope, you have to redo the match. Reigns at the spear, wins, and shakes Triple H's hand. That's going to be the big thing. If Reigns kind of aligns himself with the Authority, or Ambrose wins cleanly, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be stoked. That'd be the best thing to happen in the situation, because either way, it will start some kind of feud, I think. If Ambrose wins cleanly, then Reigns is going to be pissed. Like, wouldn't you be if you'd worked so hard, and then you're up against your best mate, and everybody was expecting you to win, and your best mate pins you? And that could make Reigns turn heel. The best thing for business is to turn Reigns heel. There's no point turning Ambrose heel. He's an anti-hero already. He's like the Stone Cold Steve Austin. He acts like a heel, he acts like a face, it doesn't matter, everybody loves him regardless. I don't think anybody hates Dean Ambrose. Okay, he's the anti-hero, he's like the new CM Punk. He's not as good as CM Punk, he's not as good as Stone Cold Steve Austin, but he is the new age of doing that, and he's doing it really well. And so, I think the best way to move forward is basically to make Roman Reigns turn heel, and to make Dean Ambrose look good. They didn't make him look good, because the thing is, everybody thinks that Reigns is better than Ambrose right now, so if they can have Ambrose beating Kevin Owens, and then Ambrose putting in a hell of a performance against Roman Reigns, that's going to like shoot him up the respect level. But honestly, I feel like, you know, people like Cesaro and Ambrose deserve this more than Reigns. Reigns can just, I don't know, Reigns can win the Intercontinental Championship over Owens, I don't care. What I'd really like is, it just would be great if we had two different championships, because I think Reigns as World Heavyweight and Dean Ambrose as WWE Champion would be a lot much better for business. Them both fighting over the same title is just, we've been through this stuff before, we don't need to see it again. So I really hope what happens actually is that Reigns and Ambrose make the final, and I want to see Ambrose win clean. I don't want to see, Reigns can still become a heel, but I would really like to see Ambrose win clean. I don't think Ambrose turning on Reigns is good. I think the only way it looks good is if it's Reigns turning on Ambrose, but that's just me. Enough about the World Heavyweight title picture. We know how I feel about that. Let's move on. The fact that we don't have an Intercontinental Championship match and a United States Championship match annoys me, but we're going to move on past that. Moving on to, let's see what's the next match I want to talk about, the Divas Championship. Now, Paige has been getting a lot of heat lately. If you don't know why, I'll kind of just catch you back up. In the last promo, before they basically went into their Divas title match coming up this weekend, Charlotte was talking about the things that inspire her and was mainly highlighting her little brother who lost, I think he had a battle with cancer or something, and Paige made a line saying, "Your brother didn't have a lot of fight in him, did he?" And it's kind of fueled all this outrage over media. But the thing is, I think this is mainly due to the fact that we are now in a PG era. Like, you don't hear the swearing, you don't hear all the stuff, you don't see any blood or anything. It's not meant to be like that, because this is the PG era, it's for the children, it's for the future. It's terrible. Give me Attitude Era any day. You have to remember, in the Attitude Era, I think it was a year or so after Eddie Guerrero had died, and Randy Orton came out with a promo saying, "Eddie's gone to hell." And like, people were like, "Whoa, what are you doing? What are you saying?" But it wasn't the same kind of reaction that Paige is getting. It's what heels do. That is the point of a heel. CM Punk recently, or not recently, but when he was his last heel against The Undertaker at WrestleMania. I think it was WrestleMania 29, sounds about right, yep. WrestleMania 29, CM Punk took The Undertaker's ashes, clocked him with the urn, and then put the ashes on himself and on The Undertaker. Now, just like from a visual standpoint, that is ridiculously offensive. That's like borderline psychotic. But everybody said, "Oh, what great heel work from Punk." So the thing with a heel is they are designed to get what's called heat, and heat is like when somebody is annoyed at you and they boo you and they give you curses and all that stuff. That's heat, and that's what a heel strives to achieve. That's why Kevin Owens is so good at it. He doesn't care. He's trying to make you hate him because then he's doing his job. That's what he's paid to do. Effectively, like, they're all athletes, but effectively WWE wrestlers are paid actors. They do certain stunts, and that's great, but at the end of the day, they are there to entertain you. And so you need bad guys, you need good guys. Paige is the bad guy. She's not meant to be liked. She's not meant to say good things. But that doesn't mean people don't like her, because sometimes people just like bad things. Like, you have those people that support the villains of a show over the heroes of a show, because the heroes are kind of dweeby and always thinking about the positives, whereas like the bad guys are really realistic and all that focus. And I think that's what's about Paige that I like, is that she's trying to be like the Stone Cold Steve Austin of the divas. The problem is that she has like no pop. That's the word, pop. She hasn't had a pop since she beat AJ on her debut. No pops after that, basically. Even with PCB, she was the least liked member. Charlotte was much more entertaining, and Becky Lynch deserves more right now than what she's getting, which is disappointing. I think what's going to happen is that Charlotte's going to absolutely wipe the floor with Paige. They're going to do another #1 contenders match, and Sasha Banks is going to win it, go up against Charlotte like they always have, and then Sasha Banks is probably going to win and eclipse Nikki Bella as the longest reigning Divas champion. That's what I see happening. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. But that's what I think is going to happen, because Sasha Banks is probably the best female wrestler that WWE has to offer. Period. I'm generally being serious when I say that. She is the best right now, and she deserves a title run soon. And I think what will probably happen is that she will win it. I really actually, you know what I'd like to see? I don't know if it's already gone past or not. I would really like to see a Divas Elimination Chamber match. You chuck in Charlotte, Paige, Naomi, Sasha, Becky. Is that enough? One more, like either Tamina, Nikki Bella, Alicia Fox. I don't care who. Put somebody else in there. Have them duke it out. And that could be where Brie Bella turns face again, where she takes out Nikki Bella or something. I don't know. But how much more entertaining would that be than these stupid little promos and diva fights? The Divas Revolution was awesome when that happened. I was hyped for that shit. But now it's kind of, it's okay. It's not great. It's okay. I just wish they'd amp it up a bit more. Charlotte's easily going to win. It's like it's a foregone conclusion, guys. Charlotte's going to win, remain Divas champion. Paige is going to fade away into like non-existence. Sasha's going to become #1 contender and win and reign, hopefully, forever. Yo! Sure, just, I'll grab them later on. Cheers. Dim Sims. Anyway, what was I going to go to next? Okay, let's go to, I believe it's the 5-on-5 traditional, no, we'll save it till last. We got Tyler Breeze against Dolph Ziggler. I don't know, they're both kind of the same person, aren't they? Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I like Tyler Breeze. I'm a Tyler Breeze fan. I'm not his biggest fan, but I like him. He is a really good heel. In NXT, he was the best heel by far. I think the new heels, Baron Corbin and Samoa Joe, are okay. Samoa Joe's kind of meh. Baron Corbin's good. I like Baron Corbin. I rate heels. If you can play a heel role well, I rate you, because it is hard to play a heel role. It really is. It's not as easy as, like, I'm just going to be the bad guy here. There's so much more that you have to do. And that's what Tyler Breeze was so good at, is that, you know, he was almost like the anti-hero, kind of like Dean Ambrose is. He was bad, but he was good at being bad, and that made you like him. Tyler Breeze was a full-on heel in NXT, but people loved him because he was so good at embracing the role. And that's why CM Punk became so good. CM Punk, with that rant that he did to John Cena, this is a heel paying out a face, and he got so much recognition for it. And he came to Chicago, and everybody freaking loved him. He won the championship, he came back. He's still a heel, he's the anti-hero, and that's what Tyler Breeze can do. The problem is, they're going to treat him like a jobber. They're not going to see his full potential. Tyler Breeze could easily be an Intercontinental Champion. He could easily be like Y2J. Super easily, it's not even that difficult. He has the framework already. They're just not willing to tap into it. So unfortunately, what's going to happen is, Ziggler's probably going to roll up Breeze to win. Breeze is going to hit him with a beauty shot, and then that's just basically going to be it. Or, you know, Ziggler's going to win, Summer Rae's going to slap Ziggler straight into a beauty shot. Probably is what's going to happen, unfortunately. I don't know, we'll see. I just don't like it. I really wish Tyler Breeze was used more. Then again, I also wish Ziggler was used more. Ziggler as Intercontinental Champion was great. What I hate is Ziggler's current gimmick where it's always like his knee is hurting. I don't know if it actually is or not, but it's annoying me if it isn't actually a knee problem. So yeah, moving on. Alright, we got the Brothers of Destruction against Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman. So, Braun Strowman's okay. I prefer him. I think they were talking about they were going to get Bo Dallas in, possibly, as the next member of the Wyatt family. No. Big guy is cool. It's fine. Because honestly, Eric Rowan is the worst of the Wyatt family. He's just not as entertaining. Luke Harper's great. He had an Intercontinental Championship run. He does the good stuff well. Braun Strowman's great because he's a basically better version of Eric Rowan. Honestly, they could probably just get Eric Rowan out of the Wyatt family. He's not good. He's just the definition of a fourth wheel in a relationship. Bray Wyatt is still, I think, one of the, if not the best wrestler on the mic right now. The way that he talks and captivates everybody is kind of like the way The Rock used to do it. The Rock wouldn't always say funny stuff, but it was just the things that he said, and when he said it, you listened. And although Bray Wyatt has this really creepy character, you can't help but listen to his words and his stories. And the thing that I find annoying, though, is when they basically just have Braun Strowman say, run. I actually preferred it when Bray Wyatt said it, because he had like the hair coming down the face, look like that creature from the Ring, or whatever. That looked really cool. I like that. But unfortunately, what's happening now is that it's just Braun Strowman saying it, and it's kind of getting old. But I think it's going to be a good match. Honestly, Kane and Undertaker have to win, surely. It's 25 years of The Undertaker at Survivor Series. You know, so they got to win. I think the way that they have to do it too, what's probably going to happen is the Wyatt family's probably going to try and interfere. They say Sting might show up. They say all this other stuff. And I'm thinking what might happen. This is my prediction. I don't know if it's going to happen. Is they're going to win clean. They have to win clean because that's the way it goes. I'm guessing the Undertaker's going to be one to... I think they're going to double choke slam Strowman. Wyatt's going to take out Kane. Undertaker's going to choke slam Tombstone Bray Wyatt down 1, 2, 3. The other two members of the Wyatt family are going to come out, try and beat them down. Sting's going to come out, baseball bat, bop, bop, bop. Everybody gets out of the ring, basically leaving Undertaker in there with Sting, who points to the, I don't even know if there'll be a WrestleMania sign there, but basically he wants to fight against Undertaker at WrestleMania 32. Taker probably obliges because, let's face it, when you're an old guy, you just say yes to everything. And that is the retirement match for both of those guys. Sting, Taker, WrestleMania 32. I like it. Do you like it? Well, I mean, it's far-fetched, obviously, but I think that's the best way they can do it if they both want these wrestlers to do the last matches against each other at WrestleMania. Sounds like the easiest way to do it. I think what they will do probably in the Survivor Series match too is they'll try and get Kane in the ring a lot more than Taker, just because Taker's older and Kane can actually handle it, although Kane's done more matches than The Undertaker, which is crazy. Alright, moving on. Oh, the other thing is, Bray Wyatt has, nobody to feud with. Have you noticed that? Nobody. What they could do is with Sting's interference, They can give Undertaker a bit of a break so he can rest up, and they can give Sting a match against Bray Wyatt at the pay-per-view after Survivor Series. I can't remember what the pay-per-view is, but they can give him one there, and Bray will probably just go over against Sting, to be honest, just like Sting went, Seth Rollins went over against Sting, you know, all that jazz. Moving on, I think there's only one match left on the card, if memory does serve me right, which is the 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. I believe it's the New Day. Is it the New Day and the Ascension? That sounds right. That sounds right. I want to say it sounds right. New Day and the Ascension against. Okay, we got the Usos, Ryback, and the Dudley Boys. I'm pretty sure. That sounds right to me. That sounds right to me. I think that's what it is. I don't know if it's Ryback or some other wrestler. I can't remember. Honestly, I think it's going to be really meh. The sad thing is that what's probably going to happen is the Dudleys are going to hit a 3D, get one pin, then both get knocked out. Then they're going to make the Usos look really good together. Then they'll get knocked out, and then basically it's down to whoever the tag team guy's last man is. I think the New Day or the Ascension are going to get blown away, and it's going to be like that one guy against just the one guy left, but then the other two. It's going to be one guy left against like two members of the New Day. I'm assuming it's going to be Big E and Kofi, because like Xavier Woods is terrible anyway. He's going to get eliminated. He's going to beat one of them, and then as he's just about to beat the other one, the New Day is all going to interfere. I don't know if the match is going to get thrown out, or they're just going to interfere, and they're going to end up getting the win, or the other guy's going to come across, interfere, and then if it's Ryback, he just like shell shocks Big E, adds a big win, big pop, cool. I don't know if it's going to be good or not. Hard to say, but I think they can make it exciting that way. So like the Team 3D take out one of the Ascension. I really would like to see the Fallen Man used more. I want to see the Ascension used more. They are so underutilized. It disappoints me, but I feel like the Ascension, one of them is going to get knocked out by the Usos, one of them is going to get knocked out by Team 3D, then the New Day is going to take out both members of Team 3D, lose a member to the Usos, then take out both of the Usos, and then lose to Ryback. If it's Ryback, which I'm pretty sure it is. That's probably how it's going to happen, unfortunately. I think that's just how it's going to happen. I don't know. We will see. So, to kind of recap my predictions, I think that Roman Reigns will beat Alberto Del Rio, Dean Ambrose will beat Kevin Owens, and I want to see Ambrose beat Reigns. It probably won't happen, but how good would it be if it did? Moving on. Charlotte is going to beat Paige. That's just obvious. Ziggler is going to beat Breeze, which I'm like, about. I want Breeze to win. What do we got? Brothers of Destruction will beat the Wyatt family. That really should happen. I can't see any reason why it doesn't. And hopefully they tease Taker versus Sting at Mania. That'd be awesome. I really appreciate that. Moving on from that, was it just the Survivor Series match? I think so. And I think that the Usos, 3D, and Ryback will win. It'll be interesting, but I think they'll win. So, we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, that's basically it for this WrestleMania. Not WrestleMania. This is it for the Survivor Series predictions. Let me know what you guys think. I really hope I haven't missed a match in the card. If I have, I'll basically explain how I feel about that match in the comment section. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure you give it a big old thumbs up, because I really appreciate it, because this isn't something I normally do. But if you guys enjoy it, I'll recap Raws and SmackDowns and whatnot as well, or I'll just focus on the pay-per-views, and I might also recap the pay-per-view as well. If you do enjoy that, I'll definitely do more of this. I'll also be really keen to talk about some other things, like just like vlogging about, say, Pokemon, or vlogging about Yu-Gi-Oh, or whatever I want to vlog about, I'll vlog about it. If you guys enjoy this kind of stuff, let me know with a thumbs up and the comments. If you think I should change anything, let me know. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Video29, signing out.